had a mega big church in South Africa, followed by a lot. But you were in a legal tussle yourself and your wife, Mary. Do you not think that the absolute right thing now would be to come back to South Africa and see how you face the charges?
Yeah, of course, it's the wish of every person to actually have their names cleared. It's quite more important, but there must be also the underlying principles and basic things to be understood in the first place why we left South Africa to come over here. As you have rightly said, we actually had a big ministry in South Africa and also big business empire that we actually built in South Africa. And so basically, there could be what triggered for us to leave the nation. So it's a wish of every person to have their names cleared. So would actually, at some point in time, wouldn't mind to actually come, even if it's tomorrow or another day, to say come, we would come. But the issue is we have raised issues again and again that are not being considered or they're not being handled by the authorities in the country. As you're aware, we came to Malawi as a sign to say that we want to preserve our lives because our lives went on serious threat. So we came here and we continued seeking the justice. We still went to courts. We never absconded in a court. We were in the court all the times because our issue was not to run away from the justice, but we are looking for fairness and as well as protection to life. Authorities who said if you don't give us money, we're going to paint you black and we're going to arrest you. And they were demanding about 12 million, you know, and unfortunately they were going to some of my members and say if you don't give us money, we're going to arrest you on Fundisi. And some of my members, they were giving them those amounts of money. And I would be hearing to say, we've given money, they're saying they will arrest you if we don't do this. And they were also approaching me directly. A thing I didn't take lightly. I went to your then chief of police,
Okay.
who was that time, Sitole, General Sitole.
Okay, yes.
I reported the matter to him way before I even got arrested.
And what did he say?
Nothing happened.
When was this?
Must be 2017.
Yeah.
2017. Nothing happened. It's factual and luckily, I'm going to come back into that because he eventually made an affidavit.
The former commissioner,
agreeing what I'm saying.
Yes.
You know, we have his affidavit. Even in the courts here in Malawi, we have his affidavit.
Okay.
So what he did, he tried his best by telling us to, number one, involve the director of intelligence.
Okay.
So he called the Minister of Intelligence. By that time, it was Minister Bongo. So we went to Minister Bongo as a reference from him. So when we met the minister called Fraser, who was the director, Arthur Fraser, who was the director of intelligence at that particular time. I had a meeting with Fraser, I had a meeting with the minister, and I explained to them, I said, if I have a case, I want to know, and I'm submitting myself, I want to just know there is a case against you and I should get arrested, rather than being told to say I should pay money, or if I don't pay the money, I'm going to, you know, to be in trouble. So they told me, and they said, oh, wow, from what we are seeing, we're not seeing any problem against you. This could be just extortion. So, but nothing happened. Nobody was arrested. And these people continued pestering me to an extent where they even came at my church with the helicopter, police helicopter.
Okay. Before we get into that, who are these people who are extorting you? And just take us through this. When you say they came at your church with a helicopter and a chopper, yeah, you can just tell us who are these people. All
right, so these people, it began with a little boy. His name was called Charles Ferrai. He's from Zimbabwe. So this boy began to write articles against us. We even went to court. He said Bushiri rapes, he's a rapist, he's this, and we didn't know where it was coming from. He's a rapist, he's this, he's this. We didn't know that it was actually a plan because the boy was in our church before. So we didn't know it was a plan for him to use that and then recruit people and then to say that these people were being raped by Prophet Bush. We didn't know. So we went to court. I went to court myself to say I want him to prove before the court his claims against him, which they eventually couldn't prove all those type of things. So the High Court in South Africa stopped the boy from writing further. Eventually, I got a call from one of my lawyers to say, you in the newspaper of today that one woman has withdrawn the rape case against you. Rape case? I have no idea about rape case. So we went to meet a lawyer in South Africa, but this lawyer, he eventually said he's going to involve up a group of people who will do like investigate what's going on. So they made an investigation to find out, to say, where is it coming from? So that lady eventually revealed to say that she was promised money, that if she's given money, she's going to, if she says about us that she was raped, she'll be given money. So she didn't want to do that. And eventually she went to withdraw the case. That's how it started. Then she also revealed a group of other girls who she said they were also paid money, and they were told that if they will open cases against us, they will also eventually be paid a lot of money. And these girls in their withdrawal, they were mentioning the very same police officers, okay, which were coming to me. And these police officers by that time, there was Rebi, she's from Hawks.
So again, you're saying it was who? From the Hawks.
Yeah, Mrebi.
Yeah.
Pumla.
Is
So
she
there
still
was
in the Hawks?
Pumla Mrebi.
Yeah, okay.
There was Maritz. There was Mare. There was another guy who he was saying he's from police, but we found out that he was not from police. He was called Jeno Ngobeni, but he was actually not from the police, but he was just a syndicate. I'm working with these people.
Yeah.
So this was the first group of the people we are dealing with, okay? So you find out that those girls who were withdrawing the cases, in the affidavits, because they went to police, withdrew their cases, stamped by the police officer. These are in your records in your country. If you read, you find they're mentioning the very same people I had reported to those authorities, Ngobeni, Minister Bongo, and also Fraser, and also the Sitore.
Yes.
I had reported the very same names, General Sitore, as a way of assisting me. He referred me to report the matter to the minister, who was Mr. Bongo at that time. And Mr. Bongo, as well as to help me, referred the issue to the Director of Intelligence, who I also reported the issue to them. Okay? So I said, okay, I want to know if I've got a case. But I don't want to be told that if you want to avoid an arrest, pay us money. You see? So I want to know if I have got a case with you or not. Now, immediately I reported that matter to them. I don't know how they knew about it, or I don't know what happened. But then the threats escalated extremely, where they said, we will not lose our jobs for you. And that's the moment I began to survive assassination attempts. The first that happened at Sheraton Hotel in Pretoria, where my car exploded at the hotel. You know, I was in the car driving with my wife. We arrived at the hotel to have lunch. Immediately we came out, it exploded. Meaning to say, if we continued driving the car, we would have died along the road. And this issue is known. It's a fact. It's in the records in South Africa. We reported the matter. No investigation, no arrest, no nothing happened. When I saw that nothing is being done and we are not yet arrested, I came to Malawi here and informed my government. And this is before we even got arrested. I informed the president, Arthur Peter Mutharika, then, and now he's back in power. He's also a president now. So when I informed him, he said, your issue is human rights issue. Inform human rights organizations. I did. They protested at the embassy, South African embassy here, where they presented a petition to say, there's an extortion claim to our citizen. Can you look into this matter? Your government here, the embassy, advised them to write the South African Human Rights Commission, which the civil society here in Malawi wrote your South African Human Rights Commission. And these are facts. They're not just things I'm explaining. Your Human Rights Commission in South Africa, they have these. We also have these on emails. We've got all the exchanging communication. This is in 2018, before I was even arrested. The Human Rights Commission in South Africa wrote the Hawks to say, there is this issue that is happening in your country, you know, and nothing happened. The Hawks, eventually, I think there's the president of the Hawks or something like that, called for a meeting where I went to that meeting with my lawyer, Mr. Baloyi. In that meeting, we presented ourselves to say, if we have got any case, we want to know if we have got any case, then what is happening. But guess what? They were never arrested, and nothing happened. And the more we were exposing them, the more our lives were now in danger. So to show that I am really tired of this issue, because I didn't want to be like running away from the law. So in 2018, I went again to, they call it, it's another department in South Africa, Inspectorate General, something like that. We have the whole meeting, the recordings we recorded, they gave us the whole transcript of the whole meeting. We explained everything to them. They are the ones who advised me to go and open a case with IPID. I think you know IPID.
Yes.
Which is a
Police
department
watchdog,
of police. So we went to IPID and opened a case against these people. And this is as early as 2018, all right? When IPID was setting up a trap to arrest them, IPID told me to say, tell them to come and get the money tomorrow. They were supposed to apply from the NPA to say that they'll be making an arrest, and they should do, I think there is something they normally do where they get some money and they give you to say, tell them to come and get the money. When they're coming, then they make arrests. So they were supposed to do something like that, where they'll be like, okay, we're going to be like, we've given you money, and we will tell you to call them to come and get the money. When they'll be coming to get the money, we are going to arrest them. So the following day, where this application was being done, that's the day the same police officers that we were supposed to arrest, they came early in the morning to arrest me and my wife. So basically, this is what happened. And I think I'll just try to explain what happened.
Okay.
So this is now 2019. Their cases were opened in 2018.
I just want us to hold it there. I want us to go for an ad break, and we'll be back. When we come back, we're going to tackle more of these cases, the rape cases and the charges that have been brought against you, and we'll go more into that. That's Prophet Bushiri, who's in conversation with eNCA here exclusively in Lilongwe, Malawi. Back, we are now with Prophet Shepherd Bushiri speaking to us exclusively in Lilongwe, Malawi. Thank you very much once again for chatting to us after 5 years, Prophet. Many have been asking as to how did you leave South Africa? There's been a lot of allegations that you perhaps would have fled, and through the connection of the delegation that was in the country from Malawi, or you were smuggled out. It's a question that many still want answers to, especially the authorities in South Africa.
Yeah, I think going back to what I was explaining to you, that we faced a lot of challenges in your country, South Africa, more especially we as my wife and I, and as I did mention to say that the system in your country, in South Africa, is corrupt. And the very same people who were trying to steal money from us, are the very same people who, some of them would actually come and tell us to say, now they're planning to do this. And the 2 days before we left your country, there was a plan to actually kill us.
Okay.
If you remember, a month before we left South Africa, we survived an assassination attempt in Santon, which even the footage was there from the garage. We opened a case, no one was arrested, no police, no investigation was being done, and no nothing. So we left your South Africa, as I did mention, the main issue was for our safety. All right, and when it coming back to the question to say how we left, we have always remained quiet, that we're not going to explain for that now. I do believe it will come out, in the book that I'm writing, and I think it's exclusively left for that for me to explain what happened. But I want you to know this, that the very same system that was trying to kill us, amongst their own system, they betrayed one another. Another system came and helped us to live.
I hear you saying you're probably reserving it from your book, but just a bit of clarity as to how. Did you fly? Did you use a car? When? Who helped you? I mean, at least a bit of clarity around that, you know? Because I'm going back and I need to go back with answers as to...
Yeah, I think with due respect,
yeah.
sir, I would tell you that for me, as I did mention, I just actually answered you just a few minutes ago, that the same system, the same corrupt system, okay, that was coming to us to say, you know, if you don't do this, we'll do this. They betrayed one another. It's the same system that, you know, came and told us of the plan, the next plan, which was to kill us, all right? And the same system helped us to come here. And of how, you know, I don't think for now it's necessary.
But that's not an answer. You would want to fix the same system you're saying is broken by giving us an answer and ensuring that there's accountability.
I would really be humbled if that system was fixed. If I heard that one of those people were arrested, because I've given you the names of what we went through, the cases we opened, nobody was arrested. So, for example, for me, I wouldn't be discussing about your system. Well, I actually have no trust at all with your system.
What's concerning is using the same alleged corrupt system to advantage.
Yeah, it's something that I'm reserving, because there are so many things that I want to actually expose what happened with evidences in that book. It's coming out soon.
Your actions made a mockery of South Africa's criminal justice system. Hence why we're here today to try and establish, how did you leave Malawi? It's a very simple question. Did you fly? Did you drive? How did it happen?
I really don't think that answer is going to come to you at this stage. As I did mention to you, that if this interview was allowed, I actually told myself I won't answer any interview until the court, you know, until the High Court ruling. Because I knew that it would be vindicated, and the ruling from the High Court will expose the whole system in South Africa. And I think you heard from the ruling that came from the High Court, how they exposed what was happening in South Africa, how our lives were endangered, all those things that happened. The ruling in the High Court, even the Magistrate Court, they all agree with what we said. And that's the most important thing.
I think the ruling touches more on the fact that the investigators need to provide more substantive evidence, which does not totally disregard what has been brought up. For example, the rape case numbers, right? Sunnyside case 37306-2018, Pretoria Central case 17208-2020. These are victims who are still saying that they were allegedly raped by you. Are you denying that this didn't happen? I just want to get on record to say you're saying this didn't happen.
I'm going just to explain something that is going to tell you and even our viewers.
Thank you.
They will make up a decision.
All right.
There is no way, okay, 27 people open cases to one police officer, and these people from different provinces, okay, Cape Town, Mpumalanga. There's police in...
But these are two different police stations with two different officers looking into this.
On paper, okay, on paper, all cases falls under one investigative police officer, which is Pumla, okay, Murebi. And it is the same woman I opened the cases against before I was arrested, number one. Number two, if the case was opened in 2018 about rape, I was in your country. They arrested me in 2019 on other cases. I was never arrested for rape. I only came here in Malawi. That's when they brought up those charges. What does that tell you? What were they waiting for to arrest me? I was in your country. In 2018, they never arrested me. In 2019, they never arrested me. In 2020, they never arrested me.
So how do you speak to the allegations that you also enjoyed a very close relationship with the former Hawks head, Godfrey Libya? Do you know the gentleman?
Of course. Several times, as I told you before earlier, to say that some of the police officers, including the generals in the army, were part of the syndicate to extort money from us. And the name just mentioned right now, he was the head of Hawks, I think, at that time, right?
Yes, he's the former head of Hawks now.
He's the former head of Hawks. Several times, my people, and I'm just telling you these things which are facts,
Yeah.
okay? And one of the people actually who work with me, and he's actually in this room now,
Yeah.
several times was called to his farm,
Where's the farm?
To his farm, and I think I may have forgotten, but the guy is actually with us in the studio here.
All right, okay.
He knows where the farm is. All right, so several times he went to his farm, and there he was told to say, okay, we're going to help, we're going to assist, and I have always refused that. And this is what I want to tell you, to say, if I had paid those police officers, there would be no all these cases today. There was no all these things we are selling today and all these cases. This was a thing which was made to get money from us. We're not running out from accountability. Listen, we're not running out from accountability. Court is court, okay? However, if justice has to be served, it has to be served fairly.
Let's dissect the issue before we get into that. You were called to a farm. I just want to know who called you to the farm and how much were they trying to extort from you? Because that's perhaps one of your main arguments, to say there are generals who are trying to extort money from you. And we need to get to the bottom of this to find out who are these generals who are trying to extort money from you.
All right, so let me say this. It's so complicated because wherever we are going to look for assistance, instead of helping, they also needed some money to help.
Okay.
And this is where the whole chain comes in. So there was a certain gentleman who is also, I think, a general in the Hawks. His name is Paul, something like that. I've forgotten his surname. And this is the man who said he can take the matter to the head of the Hawks so that he can help us.
Which head of the Hawks? I just want to know.
Libya.
Godfrey Libya.
Yeah. Godfrey
He's now
Libya.
former head of the Hawks. Okay. So this gentleman said to you he can take the matter to Libya.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he said he can take the matter to Libya. So, okay. Because we're looking for assistance, maybe they'll be arrested, or maybe these guys who we have opened cases against, maybe they'll be arrested. You see, or if there's any investigation against us, because what we are saying wasn't to say that there shouldn't be investigations against us. We were saying if there are investigations against us, these people, may they excuse themselves from these cases? Because you can't be investigating me, or you want money from me, and have opened a case against you, and the cases are with you. There are many police officers in South Africa, so we wanted them to. So when we heard that this man would take the issue to the head of the Hawks, we thought, okay, wow, we have got a solution to be done. So this poor guy, he went to one of my bodyguards and they said, okay, he says you can meet him at the farm, and then they went together at the farm to meet him. All right.
Okay.
After the meeting, Mr. Paul said, okay, he says for you, for your boss to be free, if you can arrange something that can be given to him.
How much?
I think it was about 2 million, 3 million, something like that.
So this gentleman who was sent, or who was instructed by Libya, spoke to your bodyguard on a farm and said to help you.
Actually met General Libya, not once.
You met him?
No, not me.
Your body.
Yeah, as I said that he's actually in this room. He met him several times, no, not once.
And there was
at the farm, the other time at his house.
Yeah.
So these are the things which are facts, and these meetings happened. And when I was hearing to say, you see, I'm trying to get a help, the only ones who never wanted money from us, to be to be truthful, it's Fraser. He never asked money from us. The head of the former minister, Bongo, he never asked money from us. The general of police, Sitole, he never asked any money from us. But the people I'm mentioning, these are the people who wanted the money. Even the head of they call him the president of the Hawks, who called for a meeting with my lawyer. He never asked anything to do with the money from us. But I'm telling you, people who were asking for money. So Mr. Paul, who went with my bodyguard, when they had a meeting with the head of the Hawks at that time, he was told to say, he's saying that if he has to handle these issues and take them out, arrange some money. You see, so these are the things which we never wanted to find ourselves in, all right? And the more these issues were going to the authorities, the more we are surviving assassination plots, being shot several times.
Prophet, I'll be back with you in a moment. I just wanted you to hold it there. We will get into that and try to get clarity as well on that story you're telling us right now. That's, of course, Prophet Bushiri still in conversation with us in Lilongwe.
head of all men of God, but he was looking for powers. You see, so she's a bit conflicted on her definition of a true man of God, and I think it's affecting her perception and also maybe her own desires and what she wants and whatnot. We don't know, okay? We can't say, we don't know people's motives and all that. But out of what she has said, now we know why she was saying yes, 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 yes. The way she was saying the yes, 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 it's because she spoke to these people and questioned them concerning it, and they affirmed it to her. The last time she only said, it is true.